So I get some news today, and it's basically talking about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather seeing each other in 2017. So, if we've all been paying attention to what's going on, Floyd is still, he never stays out of shape anyway. So he's still in the ring. He's doing a lot of sparring. He's still working out, according to my source. I'm not a media guy, but you still have to have sources close if you're gonna report on certain news. So this guy, that's my source. He used to bounce for Floyd. He used to be a part of that group that was protecting Floyd, and he's still on call here and there, but he's not a part of the A team, the team that's as close to Floyd as much as possible. And I have proof of that stuff, but that's a whole nother story. Uh, but he says that he called me today and he let me know that the fight is supposed to be on uh, in 2017. So, this is nothing new. I kind of figured this out probably along with the rest of you guys as well. We all knew that he was going to come back. We all knew that if he came back, he had no other options to make mega millions outside of the name Manny Pacquiao. He could easily do a rematch with Canelo and make a few million, but not many people are going to want to spend their hard-earned money on a fight where you saw the guy get dominated. Yeah, you could say, oh, he was green, he wasn't ready yet, blah, 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 blah. I love Canelo. I'm a big fan. And I felt that during that time that Canelo had a shot at beating Floyd or at least giving him a contest, but it was a complete joke. So not many people are going to want to invest in that fight as heavily as they did the first time around. So then you look at all of his other options. You look at Thurman, you look at Danny Garcia, you look at some of the top names in the welterweight division right now, and it's not looking promising as far as him being able to make money. But where he can step in and do something extra for his legacy, because just coming in and beating Manny Pacquiao for a second time is not going to be good enough for the masses. We've already saw those two step in the ring, and we know what that looks like now. It wasn't a good showing the first time out. I'm a fan of Floyd. I like Manny, but I'm a fan of Floyd. I wanted to see, something extra. I didn't get it. We all knew that he was going to go in there and box and move around and do what he did, and he put on a clinic. But, you know, you wanted to. I wanted to see Manny Pacquiao at least take some punishment, man. I wanted to see him take some punishment at least. Give me 4 or 5 rounds where I can see the dude take some punishment or something. And I know Manny Pacquiao fans is feeling the same way. They wanted Pac to show that he could knock this dude down or do something to him. He wobbled him a couple of times. If I'm not mistaken, I saw Floyd get wobbled a few times in that match between the two. But at the end of the day, man, the only thing he can do to enhance his legacy is wait for Manny Pacquiao to fight Vargas. Hopefully, Manny gets in there and puts on a show against Vargas, so he looks good, and it's no excuses for why the fight shouldn't happen between him and Floyd. I think that he should chill out afterwards. Keep himself in shape and be ready for the top of 2017. He needs to take on another competitor, somebody with a name, and have another great outing against them. And I feel the same way about Floyd. Floyd needs to come in and he needs to take on one of the top tier guys in the welterweight division. He needs to go after somebody, which we all know he's not going to pick Thurman. I can't say that. He needs to pick a Bob Arum fighter. We know he's not going to do that either. Maybe Tim Bradley. Maybe he needs Thurman. Maybe he needs Danny Garcia. one of those top names. Maybe even what's my man's Terrence Crawford. Hopefully that guy moves up in weight. Sooner or later. Maybe Errol Spence. Maybe he can take on Errol, but he won't. That's one of his guys, one of his students. So he's not gonna take him on. He's not gonna take on Adrian Broner. So he needs the top two names, maybe top three names, maybe a rematch with Canelo. To double up on his money. He can go after Canelo. A respect fight, a fight that would get him respect from the casuals would probably be somebody between Thurman and Garcia, more likely Thurman. So if he takes on somebody like that, he beats Keith Thurman, and then he gets in the ring and he takes on Manny Pacquiao in the middle of next year, 2017. Yeah, I would say, this guy's going out with a bang, but he's not gonna fight twice. We're gonna see some drama, from the Manny Pacquiao camp, and it's possible that the fight won't happen, especially waiting until May or June or whatever to see this fight take place. We need to see him in the ring early next year, to kind of put that, you know, a convincing stamp on his legacy. Just beating Pacquiao one more time is not going to do it for most people. It's something that we've already seen now. We saw you go in there and we saw how you beat him. Maybe this time, he does what he did with Cotto and let Manny, get in there and get some punches off and, stand in the gap a lot more, like he did in the first fight, but just a little more, without all the movement, and try to make it a little more competitive. But I wouldn't want him to be at a disadvantage. I wouldn't want any of those guys to be at a disadvantage. That's him standing in the gap and not moving. Is like asking Manny Pacquiao not to throw punches in bunches. That's stupid. I wouldn't want to see Manny Pacquiao in there throwing just one punch at a time like Floyd, and I wouldn't want to see Floyd in there throwing punches in bunches like Manny. Those guys got where they are because of what they do. And those things have made them who they are. So I'm not going to ask Floyd to stand in the gap and take punches so it could be an exciting fight, but I really would like to see a good and exciting fight. He did it with Cotto, but, at a risk. He did it with Maidana at a risk. It's just not something that should happen, but just keep your eyes peeled, man, for 2017. When this guy normally calls me and he says the fight is on, it really is on. So, all right, guys, hit me up. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you heard, what you've seen. Peace.